Tonight, cutting adrift the Newfoundland outports.
I mean, we woke up one morning and fish was in it.
No fish, eh? No fish, but...
What we gotta do now is try to survive and keep our community spirit alive.
Anybody plan to live in St. Carol's?
No.
So what's going to happen to St. Carol's?
It's gonna die.
She's gone, boys. She's gone. The end of the line for the people of the outports. Good evening, I'm Knowlton Nash. Last year, the federal government announced a 2-year moratorium on the fishing of northern cod off the coast of Newfoundland. Overnight, 20,000 people lost their jobs. It was the largest layoff in Canadian history. Then, this past summer, another 12,000 fish and plant workers were thrown out of work as the fishing ban was extended along the eastern seaboard. The seas had run out of cod. This summer, a documentary team went to Newfoundland's northern peninsula when the cod fishing is normally at its peak. They met the men and the women in these centuries-old communities who are now left waiting in limbo by a barren sea.
It's a land with a wealth of past and a poverty of future. On the Great Northern Peninsula, once vital communities are decaying. At the end of a long gravel road, the town of Conche has the air of a retirement community. But for a week in July, everything changed. The invitation had gone across the country. Come back for a visit. It was Conche's come home year.
Welcome back home to Conche. This year now 93. Come on home to Conche. She's calling out to ye. To the home now of your childhood, where you played and ran so free.
Hi there. How are you? You remember me? You don't?
It was as if a community growing old and tired was awakened for a week. 400 locals welcomed back more than 1,000 of their relatives. Children found use for a beached fishing boat and even tried the water. Conche was alive again. People were enjoying the moment, busy again. It was almost like the old days.
With me spade in me hand, I'm shoveling sand, working like a slave. I'm sweating all day, saving my pay. Sometimes I think I'm digging my grave. Oh, come on, home to Conche. She's calling out to you.
The Burns family came home from across Canada for a party that's also awake. 33 of them assembled for a family dinner.
Just 30 pounds of turkey and 15 pounds of potatoes. Oh my God.
Hey, Megan. Hey, Melissa. Want some gravy on that? Yeah. Put some gravy on yourself.
Bernie, his children call him the skipper. He's always told them that joining Canada was good for Newfoundland, he still thinks so.
Get up. 1949. Get one. Louis Saint-Laurent. I don't forget. Is that Newfoundland? You won't lose your identity. What Canadian?
Now don't get up anymore.
I want, okay.
They won't lose their identity. Without a cod fishery, they're afraid they've lost much more.
It's a thing of the past. In the 10 years, we figure it'll probably be back here for summertime to visit, and that's it. We don't think there'll be anybody here. It's kind of sad, but...
Do you all think that?
I do. I do, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think in 10 years, this place will be gone.
Yeah, it is really sad. It is. The day that I heard that the fish were going to be closed down, I sat down and I cried, and I cried, and I cried. That's the truth.
It's sad coming home now. We're losing the language, we're losing the customs, we're losing the traditions, and we're losing the way of life.
In Newfoundland, they call a get-together like this a time. In Conche, they're running out of time. The hard truth is, when this party's over, everyone has to go. What's left is this, the reality of Newfoundland. Two old people left alone, reflecting on a homecoming which for just a moment reversed the going away, knowing that when the young ones go, they take the future with them.
I never thought that I'd ever live to see such going on, to think that the end could ever have been, but now she's gone, boy, she's gone. She's gone, boy, she's gone, she's gone. She's gone, boy, she's gone. What we didn't destroy, we allowed.
In Gunner's Cove, Trevor Taylor and his wife Michelle feel cheated. He's been offered a job in Corner Brook, but all he has ever wanted to do is fish the waters that fed Newfoundlanders for generations.
I mean, we woke up one morning and the fish was gone. Or actually, we were awake and seen it going, but the rest of Canada woke up and seen that the fish was gone. And now, we might never see it back again. We're capable of destroying the large of food, and did it. I mean, not even, we're capable of doing a lot of things, I suppose, but the fact that we went and destroyed one of the greatest food resources, in the world, no, I mean, where are we stopping?
Boyce Roberts has always been a hero to Trevor. Up on the northern peninsula, they say that if the fish are out there, Boyce will find them. He leaves behind a bay where Vikings roamed, where Jacques Cartier camped, where his family settled generations ago. The lighthouse marks the northern tip of Newfoundland. Here, where the water is rough, the codfish used to run. Used to. It's legal for Boyce and his partner Rick to fish for their own consumption, for their tables, as they say.
No bottom here. Most generally, you can get a fish here almost any time, This is one of the best spots around for jigging, boy. I tell you, if you don't jig down here, it's not a good sign anywhere else.
It was once one of the richest fishing grounds in the world.
No fish, eh? No fish, but none at all.
It is now barren. This very spot in 1986. Already, the hauls were down, but Boyce Roberts and his crew were featured on Newfoundland television, bringing in large net loads of northern cod.
They've done well. 200,000 pounds last year. They've got 175,000 ashore now, and it's only the first week in August. How much did you have here yesterday? Or this morning, I should say.
This morning we had 3,000 this morning. 3,000.
Very good.
Yeah.
3,000 pounds that morning. 7 years later, nothing.
We can say that we tried everywhere that usually you can fish. Right.
We've tried everywhere.
We've tried everywhere, yes.
To go out now and jig around, you know, to try and get a fish and not get one, does not at all surprise me. I mean, it's just gone so bad.
Trevor Taylor remembers longing for summer so he could get off school and fish.
Here it goes.
He knows his son Ian will never experience that longing and that life.
No, I don't think that Ian will ever go fishing for a summer job. And I don't know if I'll ever go back cod fishing. Maybe, I don't know.
Unable to fish, Boyce Roberts inspects his boats. And he contemplates his own life.
Those boats, they might survive another year, but after that, the boats are going to rot on the slipway. And that's for the people. People, you know, if they don't get back fishing with some fish in the water, you know, we're going to find it's going to be pretty sad.
St. Anthony, the largest community on the peninsula, was once the center of the seal hunt until sealing was stopped. Now it's totally dependent on cod. This year they defiantly held their annual cod festival in the rain.
This event this evening is an opportunity to have a good time, to let the world know that we're down but we're not out. We're going to enjoy this.
There was a sense of forced joviality at the opening ceremonies. How can you really celebrate a fishery festival when there is no fishery? Still, the Cod Queen contestants dance in their fish plant clothes, and they all play the game.
I got a pretty good question for you now. If you were a codfish having a conversation with a seal, how would you start it out?
Don't eat me, because I'm the only one that's left.
Thank you, Shirley.
The joke is lost on a pensive Trevor Taylor. Trevor left university 9 years ago to fish and quickly became an activist, writing and lobbying politicians.
All right, this one, well, the date is June 15th, 1989.
He added his voice to the warnings that trouble was brewing in the waters.
Daily we are reminded of the decline in fish stocks, and for too long these reminders have fallen on deaf ears. For years our fishermen have been telling scientists and government officials that the cod stocks were being depleted, and always we have been told the contrary. It is a sad day for Newfoundland fishermen when all we can say is, "We told you so."
I got a question for you. Give her a try.
Back at the festival, a Cod King contestant tries his luck with a jigger.
Nowhere, you can't get none here nowhere. There's no fish left in the water.
She's gone, eh?
No fish in the water, but there are government compensation checks in their pockets. Until May 1994, roughly $225 to $400 a week, the so-called package.
I don't care no more. I just don't care. See why? Because I got the package, I told you.
The package, I use that word. It's just degrading. The packages. It looks like, sounds like something that's dressed up in pretty paper with a bow on it. But it's not, you know. It tears the wrapping off it. It's pretty ugly inside.
After a day on the water, this is hardly a fit meal for a fisherman.
I thought we might get enough to eat. Why? I didn't think it should be that bad. But apparently it's getting worse all the time. Yeah, all day on water. Well, I had to come in and heat no cod.
Boyce Roberts sits down to canned crab salad and bologna.
Want some bologna? Sure. No codfish, you gotta eat bologna.
Joanne Roberts knows fishing is more than her husband's job. It's his life.
I think so. There's not one bright spot out there. There's not one thing that someone could look forward to and say, well, at least we have this.
Where I've been fishing so long, I guess I'm thinking that the fish, I know it's not going to come back soon, but I'm thinking and hoping that it will. So I guess I haven't thought of anything else because, you know, when you try to think about something else, you just go back to thinking about the fishery again. You know, you're hoping that it will come back and that you want to get at it again.
You don't want to live on a package?
No, I don't want to, no.
But what's the alternative? What makes a man feel like a man when you take his work away from him? What do you have to get up for in the morning? What do you have to look forward to? What makes you feel like a man? You know, the easiest way to kill a man is to pay him to do nothing.
It was a very sad day when they closed our cod fishery. We told them our cod stocks, they were getting very low. But they would not listen to us and they let the whole works go. It's going to take more than 2 years for our cod stocks to grow. And what we'll do during that time, I'm damned if we don't know.
I don't know, like it's fair again. What's gonna happen, boys?
I don't know, nobody knows.
Trevor Taylor has a decision to make, to stay or leave.
You've got a lot to think about. I mean, you've got a family and sure, I got a house, but it's still so uncertain, you know.
And, yeah. Okay, you go to sleep, okay?
But having to leave and not wanting to leave, you know. There's too many ifs to stay, and there's just as many. Once you go, you'll probably end up saying, "What if I stayed?" You know, and that's the worst of it, I suppose. You know.
She's gone, boys, she's gone, she's gone. She's gone, boys, she's gone.
Cheese, please.
To have a taste for life.
Canadian cheese, please.
The cost of living, the cost of raising kids, cost of peanut butter. Oh, something that doesn't go up in price. It's $19.95. That's good. Okay. Nick, you paying attention?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This I gotta see.
Today is a very special day for Doug Irving. It's his first day.
Hi, honey.
Mom? Dad?
In his first job.
Can I help you?
And for the first time ever, he'll make dinner for his family. A meat extravaganza pizza, topped with pepperoni, seasoned beef, sausage, bacon, and cheese.
Mom, I'll do that.
Oh, I know you.
The meat extravaganza pizza, November's taste of the month, only at McDonald's.
CBC takes you behind the scenes of a hit musical and the stunning 2,000-seat theater that houses it. The Making of Miss Saigon, Tuesday at 10. They sacrifice education, family, everything for a shot at the big league. If they don't make it, what's left? Junior hockey is at the road to fame and fortune on the 5th Estate, Tuesday at 8.
Newfoundland's northern peninsula is haunted by ghosts. This place was called Fortune, and it's just out of sight of Trevor Taylor's home. A dead community warns him how fragile his way of life really is.
I don't want the community to die. I mean, you know, I grow up here. It's my life, it's my home, but then, I mean, I don't see any future for it. You know, I heard a fellow say the other day, kind of funny, I suppose, said, well, they sent us over here to catch the fish. We got it caught, so send us back. You know, to England, right? So, I mean, we're here, we came here to catch fish. We caught the fish, so if there's nothing else here besides fish, there's not much point of us being here.
St. Carol's is a few kilometers south of Trevor and the ghost town. There are fewer than 25 families living here. There is no danger here for the barnyard animals that have the run of the place. There are rare signs of resistance to the decline. You find one up the gravel road. St. Carol's own home-built church. A testament to community spirit.
Me and my wife, our family, had donated this in remembrance of our loved ones. And this
More than anyone else, Willis Wyatt, a local fisherman, built this church.
This one here, this was donated by our mother, in remembrance of Dad.
He organized fundraising concerts. He led the construction team. He issued the call to work.
Okay, boys, we're going on back to church this morning, or there's something we got to do. You see, all hands come. So it was great. That's community spirit. Community spirit. Community spirit is the right word for it, yeah.
These days, the people who built the church are doing odd jobs, still helping out their neighbors. But they have too much time on their hands. New spirits hover at the fringes of the community, mournful specters of the future. As long as its people are confined to land, St. Carol's lives under a slow sentence of death, and Willis Wyatt watches helplessly.
One time everything was in top spirit, right? You know, down on the wharf, to be a crowd of men, all man's chatting and joking, and, but you can see something happening. You know, everything is getting silent. You go down the wharf now, you won't see anybody, right? There's nobody down there. Yeah, it's like something is dying out gradually. And that's something is a way of life. Yeah, that's exactly right. A way of life in Newfoundland.
Willis plays the old tunes and tries to keep the rhythm lively. The adults teach the youngsters the traditional steps.
I never expect to catch another cod. I'm only 50, right? And well, I got another 15 years, but I don't expect to ever catch another cod. I don't think it's going to come back in my time.
For generations, outport children took a life on the water for granted. Some people moved away, but they knew they could have stayed, and they always dreamed of coming back. This generation has to leave, and in their hearts, they have already gone.
Where do you plan to live when you're older? Where do you want to live?
Cornerbrook. St. John's. Rock. St. John's.
Anybody plan to live in St. Carol's?
No. No.
And nobody?
No.
Why not?
Because it's stupid. It's a boring place.
So what's going to happen to St. Carol's?
It's going to die. Everyone's going to go out.
But then, see, our sons and our daughters is leaving our town, see? Because the cod fishery have all closing down. And if the cod never comes back to those shores, our sons and our daughters won't live here no more.
All times are changing, the fish is all gone, the fish plants are closing their doors. We're tired of scraping, so we chop off our aprons, cause we soon won't be working no more. You say the package shouldn't make us sad because we won't have to work anymore. But we learn to work with the youngsters in our arms and getting paid for 8 or 10 hours. We learn to work with the youngsters in our arms, getting paid for 8 or 10 hours.
Sabrina Wyatt has always planned to leave. She's saving her money for university in Ontario. Sabrina is the last of Willa's and Shirley's children to live at home.
I can't see people my age in 5 or 10 years being here. There's nothing to do here. There's not even a store in St. Carl, so obviously you're going to have to go to St. Carl, outside of St. Carl's and get a job.
Ruby Richards, Willis's sister-in-law, worked in the St. Anthony fish plant. The compensation keeps her family going, but what happens when it ends?
I haven't tired of that. I suppose I have, yes, but I haven't let it come to my mind. Not too much. So, don't know what's going to become, but I mean, I got 3 kids growing up. We're going to have a tough time putting them through school. So, I don't know myself what's going to become, but become the people, become the fishery, become the world, put it that way.
Ten years ago, Willis Wyatt had a dream, a school in St. Carol's. As he did for the church, he spearheaded its construction. In June, the school closed for the last time.
See no more youngsters, I suppose, dodging in this way. They'll be getting on the bus out there. Mopped this floor a good many times, I tell you. Yeah.
Only 11 students last year, 7 this year. It just isn't enough, and Willis knows the school's closing is the beginning of the end.
Never be used no more.
As I sat on the wharf, looking out the bay, where once those cod traps stayed its way, and the shoreline were dotted with cod trap boys, to think of the past brings tears to my eyes. Oh, what year's gone wrong, does anyone know? Where did all
Willis and Sabrina wrote this song. It triggers the inevitable discussion of blame, regret, and hope.
And all of a sudden, there they are, thousands again.
I think some fish will come back. It's only a matter of getting a change in the climate again.
Well, I think the reason why the fishes leave is because the bottom is wrecked too bad for them to stay there. The bottom is torn right to pieces with draggers, and fish can't.
I mean, when you got something dragging over the bottom and dragging up at least 10 to 15 species of fish that catch one, she's got to go. I mean, if this is going to continue, we're never going to have a fish. Now, I agree with you.
No doubt there's been a lot of overfishing. You know, there's been a lot of overfishing, but I think a change in our climate over the past 30 years or so. There's been a gradual change, no doubt, and it's caused the water to cool off, and it's gone on somewhere else to better, greener pastures, we'll say it that way.
Sons and our daughters are leaving their town because the cod fishery has all closed down. The codfish don't ever come back to our shore. The sons and the daughters won't live here no more.
Sabrina and others of her generation will leave St. Carol's because they can. Her father's generation is trapped in yesterday's world.
So where do the fella go? So you can't go one time a few years ago now, and boy, we go to Toronto now, go to T.O., eh?
Yeah, send it to the big T.O.
It's not only Sacaraos, the little old Sacaraos is going to die with 200 people, but St. Anthony is going to die with the whole northern peninsula is going to just bang. It's all gone.
Everyone's pointing fingers for what has gone wrong. There's no use to blame now, the fishery's gone. All we gotta do now is try to survive and keep our community spirit alive.
But what has gone wrong?
Community spirit cannot stem the tide. The people who built St. Carol's did their best for their children and their community. But as their ancestors migrated here from famine in Ireland and the evictions that emptied the land in Scotland, the migration will resume here in places like St. Carol's until they too are emptied of people.
We were really proud of our community. We want a community, and we built it. And we didn't want money to build it. We could build it ourselves. And it'd break our heart to see it go.
What we did destroy, we allowed to die. And now she's gone, boy, she's gone. She's gone, boy, she's gone, boy, she's gone.
Fjords shelter harbor deep from the outside world. You can't get here by road, and the nearest town is 3 hours away by boat. Once self-sufficient and strong, the town of 75 families is now idle and deathly quiet. But once a month in summer, there's some excitement. The supply boat visits the harbor and unloads food and furniture. Most of the town gathers for the event, but the out-of-work fishermen can't stay long. They have to get back to school.
Okay, you shake and shout, right, for responsiveness. So go ahead.
You there?
A little slightly, not so hard, okay? While you're waiting for medical help to arrive.
Training classes such as first aid are a part of the compensation package.
Okay. When we find out he's not breathing, we give him 2 full breaths. And after he deals with our B, we go to our C, our circulation.
I mean, it's awful frustrating to have to look at losing your livelihood and then to talk about training, you know? You did something because you wanted to do it, and now you're forced to take something that may never be of any use to you, and you're training for jobs that aren't there.
Who would be the last person to hang up the telephone?
Person who's calling.
Can you give me a reason why? Okay, just in case the ambulance never understood the first time you said it. Yeah. Right?
In St. Anthony, laid-off fish plant workers are summoned to assertiveness class. Life skills,
They might get surprised.
not job training.
So what you're going to do is just fill in the blank to the right-hand side of the question. We're going to find out whether you're an assertive type person. So if somebody is treating you unfairly, can you speak up for yourself? Are you aggressive enough for that? Number 4, I can be myself with someone who is in authority. Sometimes when you go in to talk to a boss or something, your knees are shaking and your hands are sweating or whatever. Or are you a type of person that can go in and be very confident talking to your boss and trying to tell him what you want? You know, there's a lot of things that a lot of people do well and they don't realize that women, all the crafts that you do around here, the embroidery work and the crocheting and the knitting, there's so much stuff that you don't realize that you can do well. You're baking. What? A genius? Well, a lot of Newfoundlanders are genius. How many places can you go that people can build their own homes and have everything?
So they're jack of all trades and they're master of none.
Yes, yeah, really.
Tim Bartlett sees education as his chance for a new start. He's been fishing since he was 16 when he quit school without completing grade 8. He didn't like school, never thought he'd need it, not for a life on the water. Now that the cod has gone, Tim's kitchen has become his classroom, his girlfriend Sarah, his tutor.
Oh,
It's estimated that more than half the people on the Northern Peninsula are functionally illiterate.
You're doing right. It's good. Can you understand? No. Susan trying now. Like really trying. Definitely more courage. Yeah. Takes a big person to admit this, like to admit that I need help to read and write.
So are you learning now in order to stay here, or are you learning to get a job somewhere else?
Oh, well, like I said, if I get enough, if I get up, even grade 12 or something, right? Perhaps I would moved in, if I get a chance to get a bit of work somewhere. Well, when I have no other choice, I only move.
Because this is the last summer for the package, there's a mood of uncertainty along the northern coast. Not just what will happen, but what can people do? Some have started cottage industries. Others refurbish or build boats that they will probably never use. Most just hang around and wait, hoping that the fish will come back. Barb Genge calls the Northern Peninsula a third world country in the poorest province of Canada. Working with money from all levels of government, she's a development coordinator.
What in the world can you develop?
I don't know. We can do something with tourism. Unless you got something that's going to bring money into all the areas, okay, like the fishery. What point is development? You can't develop it. You've got to have some kind of resource that puts money in. Because everything else is a spin-off from that.
So what are the people going to do?
I don't know.
The fishing villages are picturesque, but they are far too remote for most tourists. And still, tourism is their main source of hope for economic development. They look forward to the year 2000, inspired by the year 1000. At the northern end of the peninsula, Lanzo Meadows, where the Vikings built the first European settlement in North America. 19,000 people visit each year, but there are only 18 summer jobs. The Viking connection presents an ironic theme. You follow the Viking Trail to the Viking Mall, across the street from the Vinland Motel, while people put their bags on the Viking Express and head out, like the Vikings did, into an unwelcoming world, leaving before the money runs out.
You know, the bank calls, and they're going to take back your car. And hydro calls, and they're going to cut off your lights. And the telephone calls, and they're going to cut off your telephone, okay? What kind of a upheaval are you going to have in rural Newfoundland when there's no money?
In July, the capelin fishery opened and the boats returned to the water. Everything looked right, but the season lasted about a week. Tim Bartlett fishes with his cousin Gerard, and Gerard sends a message of defiance. If the cod fishery stays closed and the package is cut...
I'm going back fishing. I think a lot of fishermen on Newfoundland will be going back fishing, right? Catch us out there, and when it's over, I know what we'll do then.
So the government, you'll break the law.
Yeah. You won't have no other choice, sir. People got to live. You know, you got to feed your families. And I don't want to live on welfare. I want to make a living, right?
This year, the capelin were tiny. For fishermen who remember the cod getting progressively smaller, this is an ominous sight. Dan Reardon is not alone complaining that the government should not have opened the capelin fishery.
Oh, you want me to sell it, don't you?
Yeah.
The precious codfish feed on capelin. By allowing this fishery, they are damaging a fragile food chain.
A couple of them, you can call them half a capelin.
If, as Dan says, they are fishing away their future, a vicious situation could turn violent.
When you get down to a point that you're losing everything belonging to you and you're going hungry, you know you've got to fight. Something got to happen. I think people are pretty quiet right now. It's okay right now because this money's coming in. Once this cuts off, I mean, you're going to see something happen. You can't just sit back here and let somebody in Ottawa tell you you're not allowed to live.
I say you're going to see hell on earth. Because people will be going fishing, and fishery officers will be after them, trying to take out, and people will be in jail, and I think it'll cause you trouble, right? A lot of trouble. There's only so far you can be pushed. You're getting pushed over the hill.
Is that what Trevor and Michelle want for their family? Hell on earth? It is another reason to leave, or perhaps a challenge to stay and try to do something to prevent it.
It's one thing that's going through your mind, you know, when you think about leaving, is you're copping out. You know, it's not like escape is a strong word to use, but it looks like you're running away from it all, you know. It feels like it to yourself, and it probably looks like it to some people too, you know. And that's something that really goes runs through my mind very strong. And but then I'm scared to stay.
She's gone, boy, she's gone, boy, she's gone.
Trevor Taylor has made up his mind. He accepted the job in Corner Brook. It's with the Fishermen's Association, so he'll still be in the fisheries, but in a desk job. If his own future is uncertain on the Northern Peninsula and he's in his mid-20s, there's little hope for Ian. That was a deciding factor for both Trevor and Michelle.
closer it came to the day that you had to go, the worse it got. But now it is here, I suppose. Well, not much you can do about it. Just go.
Trevor knows he's lucky to get a job and get out, even leaving unfinished the house he built with the help of his friends.
A year and a half now since we poured the basement, since we put the foundation down.
Just about 9 months since you moved in.
Yeah, 9 months. That's it, I suppose.
And it's for sale.
And it's for sale. Or give it away. Won't sell it, I suppose. Nobody will buy it. Don't worth anything now. Anybody gonna buy a house around here for it?
In St. Carol's, Sabrina Wyatt and her mother sort through her clothes.
I should take this on? Yeah. Stress ball, just in case is there a Christmas party or something. Take it.
Yeah,
It's gonna
okay.
get all wrinkly down the bottom of the material on that.
They select what she'll need when she goes away to school on the mainland next year. It's a 5-hour drive to Corner Brook. Friends and family help Trevor and Michelle Taylor load the truck.
I can't put them in until I get some more boxes to tip up Chesterfield.
Trevor's parents live next door. Ian will grow up far from grandparents and his roots. Their dog, Sam, must stay behind. There's no room for him in the city, in a much smaller house.
Oh, my.
I was either leave now or leaving in 2 or 3 years' time. What's the difference? Wherever I go is, for the rest of my life, I'm going to either have a rent or a mortgage hanging over my head. And if I could have stayed here, I wouldn't have had that. And I mean, it's not my fault that I'm leaving. It's not my fault that the damn fish is gone. You know. Well, Colleen and them are there. And Rick was there.
When I looks around and sees what I had to leave home and what I'm living in there. Because I'm not happy with the place that I'm going to be living in, so.
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the place like that, but it's just...
Trevor's a big difference from
Oh,
here
yeah.
to there. I mean,
Yeah.
this is a brand new home.
Mhm.
Well, it's my home.
Well, great. So this is the last meal in the house.
It never occurred to me until you
No,
said it
me
just
either, what?
then, but
They kill you? Jesus.
Come on, you guys. Connie, go in there. You strap him in the rock.
Newfoundland in the summer of 1993. The compensation, the package, allows the people time. Time, but not hope. The prospect of leaving is painful. The fear of what happens if they stay is unbearable.
She's gone, boys, she's gone, she's gone. She's gone, boys, she's gone. What we didn't destroy, we allowed to die. And now she's gone, boys, she's gone. She's gone, boys, she's gone, boys, she's gone.
And coming up next week on Witness, we follow Bruce Harris.